Good morning. It's a bit of a dull, miserable day today, but I've had an idea. You see, this building behind me is Leipzig Hauptbahnhof, and it's a pretty special place. By footprint, that is the biggest railway station in all of Europe. But what does that mean in reality? If I walk through its front doors, could I spend all day in there? Well, that's why you clicked on the video, isn't it? So I'd better get on with it and find out. Oh, last green man of the day. What a place. Right, I've made some rules. Of course there are rules. I've got to do a full shift, so I'm going to go with 9 till 5. Yep, I'm late for work already. I'm not allowed to catch any trains. I must have breakfast, lunch and dinner here. I'm allowed to go outside, but only to see the building. And I've got to make this video interesting for the viewing public. That could be the tricky one. Right, up the stairs first. I've got to follow these golden arches, but don't worry, I'm not having breakfast at McDonald's. So this is, I guess, what you would call the main concourse, and it is absolutely huge. I tell you what, in terms of scale, this puts New York's Grand Central to shame. It's incredible. Morning, pigeons. In fact, what we'll do, starting from this chap here, we'll walk from one end to the other, and I'll count my steps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. But that's not 60, it's 360. Wow, I'm going to get my steps counting today, haven't I? And at this end we've got the lounge, and unlike in Penzance, it's open. Schoko bitte. Schoko. Ah, das ist Schoko. Danke. Look at that, I've got something free already, and I guess I could call that breakfast, but I feel that would be cheating. But as you can see below the concourse, there's a couple of levels of shops and restaurants, so my meals challenge shouldn't be difficult today. That's actually quite nice. And as you can see here, Germany is going to be hosting Euro 2024, and Leipzig is going to be one of the host cities. And we've only got 238 days to go. Right, breakfast, where are we going to go? Ludwig's? That sounds a bit German, doesn't it? Let's have a look in there. Oh, it's a bookshop. Ah, they've got a cafe though. Nah, they don't have much there, but I'll need to come back and have a look at all these books that I can't read though, eh? Well, right next to Ludwig we've got Lucas. This looks more like it. Okay, so it's just a small breakfast, but come on, I've got to have 3 meals today. But this little pastry is quite famous in these parts. I think it's called a Lerche, something like that, but let's try it. Almonds. That is really good. It's got a kind of chewy texture to it. You can taste the almonds, but they're not overpowering. I'll be having more of those. You already know that I'm not very tech savvy, and this is a feature of Google Translate that I didn't even know about. It's amazing. Well, that's breakfast ticked off, but you know what? I've been here almost an hour. I haven't even seen a train yet, so let's head over to that side of the station. Oh, and you can see on this sign that the promenade is open from Monday to Saturday from 10 till 8. Yeah, that's a thing with Germany, isn't it? It kind of shuts down on a Sunday. Now, I'm here on a Sunday, but I'm going to go off and do a day trip somewhere. And don't worry that you haven't seen much of Leipzig in this video, because tomorrow, when the weather's a bit better, I'm going to have a wee run around the city for you, so that's to come next week. Another thing I love about this country are the open platforms. You can just walk up and down as often as you want. Why can they do it in Germany, but not in the UK? We've got gates everywhere. If you know the answer to that, let me know in the comments. This station hall, is that what you call it? A station hall? Is massive. And for something that's essentially just bare metal and rivets, it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, stepping outside at the far end of the platform is not a pleasurable experience. I'm glad I came up with this idea today. And this sign was put up especially for my challenge. No Steves beyond this point. Right, let's get back under cover. It's bloody freezing out here. Oh, look at this little model railway. And you can pay to operate it by the looks of things. How cool is that? But the big question you all want to know the answer to, does it work? Indeed it does, folks. And yes, of course I want to jump on a rail train, but rules are rules. Well, I just checked the weather forecast and it looks like it's going to be raining pretty bad from midday. So this might be the time to head outside now and do our exterior tour of the building. How absolutely incredible is this place? It must be in the conversation to be one of the great railway stations of the world. Look at these guys, it's like they've got the weight of the world on their shoulders, eh? Okay folks, it's time to count my steps again. This time I'll walk around the outside of the building, from this side of the tracks to the other side of the tracks. Now I can't count numbers that big, so I'll let my phone do the hard work. Mere chunks, mere swirls. That could be Scottish, couldn't it? End of the line. Well, I couldn't quite make it to the end, but my phone says that was 1,677 steps, and I think we can add on about another 50 to get to the end. When you're doing a full shift like this, of course, at some point you're going to have to spend a penny. And that's quite an apt phrase in Germany because most toilets are paid toilets. And in fact, in Germany as a whole, always carry currency with you because a lot of places don't accept card and you don't want to be getting caught out. And of course, now I've said that, this one does take card. Hey, look at this, at the far end of the station we've got a wee museum, the Eisenbahn Museum, Leipzig. How cool is this? That's like a tank. Leipzig station was opened in December 1915, so it's well over 100 years old now, and clearly still keeping its standards high, as it was voted the best station in Europe in 2021. And let's have a wee look in this waiting room. Well, the waiting room is certainly nice and warm, and it got me thinking, the station concourse itself is so vast. Do you think they heat it in winter? It's a big space. Now, of course, a big advantage of this challenge is that we've got a shopping mall as part of the station complex. That certainly makes things a lot easier. Not that I want to spend too much time in a mall, but you know, I've got 8 hours. You can do absolutely everything in here. You can send your mail, hire a car, get a haircut, dress up for Halloween, buy some very German looking products, do your weekly shop, contemplate buying the new GoPro 12, try a lot of different ice cream flavours, meet your friends, and even buy some actual train tickets. Who would have thought it? Oh, and let's not forget, you can also buy lunch. Eine Currywurst mit Pommes bitte. The absolute lunch of champions, I make no apology for it. Currywurst is my favourite thing in Germany. Well, that was amazing, but it's 1 PM. I've got to eat dinner within 4 hours. This is the hardest part of the challenge. Okay, so I'm on the free drinks again, this time banana flavour, but don't worry, I didn't finish the last one. It really is a honking day out there, eh? I'm so glad the forecast for tomorrow is good. These double-decker trains are so beautiful, it's still my ambition to take a journey in one, especially if I can be upstairs. Okay, so it's just gone 1:30 and that's us past the halfway stage. And it's a beautiful station, but I've got to say, the challenge is getting a wee bit difficult now. It's getting a bit boring, to be honest. But having said that, this is so much nicer a place to spend the day than in, say, Hamburg station, where it's just busy all the time. At least here you get a bit of space to yourself. that was the subway or the S-Bahn, but they all just look like normal trains, don't they? Well folks, it's 4:30, we're almost there. I hope this has been okay to watch, but for me I would say 6 hours was about my limit. For the last couple of hours I've just been walking about like a zombie, and I've still got to have dinner, but there's no way I can eat anything. I think I'm going to have to cheat. So this is my cheat, a liquid dinner, and that is the biggest railway station in Europe, but is it the best? I'll let you decide. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers. 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 Well, we've made it to 5 o'clock, but you might remember from this morning when I stood in this very spot that I was a couple of minutes late, so we're not quite there yet. I think we're safe to go now.